44, 22.
I mean, like, it's the same note. It goes by wavelengths, waves per minute. So a C is like a certain amount of waves per minute. So say a C is 22 waves per minute. If you go through all the notes, when you get up to the next C, it's going to be 44. And then the next C is going to be 88. And it just doubles and doubles. That's literally how music works.
Synchronized.
A C is, if it's 22, then you C, D all the way up the scale. And the next C is going to be 44. So it's an octave. I just had that idea today, man. It's not.
It's something special. We
just
can roll with that.
brainstorming.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
For sure, man. We gotta speak on ideas. We gotta speak on the industry. We gonna speak on everything that we've already been speaking on in this day and age.
Right.
You peep this out. You know what I'm saying? We see ourselves a bit different in this Black Mirror episode. This episode 1 of the public relations media broadcast conversation with Casey. You know what I'm saying? I had a few topics I wanted to touch up on. Just as in terms of like what this is, like overall message, I wanted to provide access to ideas and uplift the people, inspire the people. We inspired by the people, so we want to inspire more people through the inspiration that people have been inspiring us to. And also, you know what I'm saying, giving grace, you know, we rolling.
Yeah, move it so you can. There you go.
So we can call this episode 1 of Public Relations Media Broadcast, People Podcast. This is the People Podcast, and this is episode 1 featuring Casey. Actually, before crazy that I consider this the blue pill. I'm already knowing that.
Well, yeah, isn't that the ultimate knowledge?
Like we already rolling. Technically, this is our movie. You know what I'm saying? We the directors. We the designers. We the architects. It's not a race.
And we the watchers.
We the witnesses. Shout out to Jehovah.
The watchmen. Like Rorschach.
Well, turn my lights on for sure. All right, people. Let's see. We're gonna get rolling. This whole process engagement, this engagement process, public relations media broadcast, we here with Case, here with a conversation crafted by the community to uplift our people. You know, this culture, this research. I got a few questions, a few ideas, a few theories I want to articulate and just bounce back and forth as we keep rolling, you know, as we keep moving. So with that being said, welcome, man. Welcome aboard to the experience, to where we are now in this place and time. I appreciate you for being here with me, taking this journey, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man. If you have anything,
I'm happy to be here. Happy to be anywhere in this world where somebody shows you some gratitude. So yeah.
I gotta rephrase that sentence based off my personal experiences from being around you. If you have anything to share and offer, you always give that up. And so right now, I'm just really giving appreciation and credit and your flowers to the knowledge, the insight. I think you're very much respectable individual, very intellectual, and much respect.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Very talented. The music, the songs, man. So just let that be known.
Appreciate it, man. Much appreciated. Likewise. Likewise, for real. Iron sharpens iron, as they say.
Yeah, you was taking too long, homie. You're sure?
So what are you thinking about, man? What is it that the people out there, what is it that that could be pressing? What could be pressing the people? depressing or oppressing? Or what could be on the people's minds right now?
Identity. It's an identity crisis. I did a performance piece on that back in May.
Okay.
And I speak very directly and indirectly through a personal experience. So I think if I'm going through this, there has to be other people going through this that has been through it, that's still going through it. So essentially, like, even through this idea, this engagement process, I think we're just trying to figure out who we are, like trying to get back to the real root of.
Well, it takes a while to figure out who you are, and like they say in the Matrix, the number one goal of it all is to know thyself. And in order to know yourself, it's a few different ways you can get to know yourself, but you do need some quiet time and some peace. And you also can look into astrology as another way to get to know yourself. But it ain't gonna happen immediately. That's the struggle everybody goes through. Well, I don't know. I can't say everybody, but yeah. I'm just now figuring my damn self out. So yeah. It takes a while. Rome wasn't built in a day.
They say
But
it was
when you say identity crisis, I mean, what do you see?
Man, everybody around is trying to figure out what and who they are, because there's so many definitions and labels that have so many like hidden meanings. You play hide and seek with like language arts, and you really start saying certain like words, you become a poet. Everybody really a poet if you start speaking. If people speak and they see in different aspects of their capabilities, you know, like if they're not able to visually see, they still might utilize their sight and their vision through whatever they indulge in.
Well, crisis is kind of a strong word.
All around, I feel like everybody around, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, even with like on this journey of like here in the spiritual journey, you hear about leaders doing things that spiritual people you wouldn't think would do. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about like, man, all around you, like, I mean, if you talk to the neighbor, you talk to your mom, and people like see how people really doing, it's like, do you really know who you are? Do you have the time to really figure out? You've been working, you've been clocking in and out, trying to do this, that. When's the last time you really like sat down and meditated? Sat down.
So you mean the presentation of what you expect, meeting expectations,
yeah,
and the idea that you can get lost in the world of just exterior. What's the word I'm looking for? Validation from other people.
Yeah, we all put on personas to like please others. Public Relations Media Broadcast. This is a conversation brought to you by MTN.VW. We're here with Case, the man himself. Essentially, we're intellects and empaths. We feel like the ways of the world, and based off like the media consumption, it's like we want to call it what it is, shed insight, really engage with the community who's really for human development, spiritual development, guidance through, you know what I'm saying, your personal, you gotta talk to yourself. That's what I've been liking it. When I get to myself, I don't be really talking to myself. I go and consume. But that's the thing where I feel like the power still resides in me. If I'm able to like consume all of this stuff and present and provide a PowerPoint lecture, a presentation, a portfolio, damndom.com, it's coming soon. And with the the help of this podcast, the People's Podcast, you know what I'm saying? Essentially, how do you feel about learning from your experiences. What's some experiences that you feel like that's really taught you that you have to learn more from your experiences? Like, what's the experiences that taught you had to learn more about learning? You know, and then it's like not even just learning; you have to apply what you learn.
Well, yeah, like they used to say on G.I. Joe, knowing is half the battle. So if knowing is half the battle, what's the other half? Applying the knowledge that you have acquired over time. But I'll say, as far as personas and identities, I think a lot of it has to do with the world we've been presented in this domesticated bubble of America is not the real world of survival of the fittest. It's a lot of security, and the comfort level here is you know, like the guy said, that the average grown person here has the mentality of the average 9-year-old in Gaza Strip.
Right.
Because they have to grow up so fast, because they grow up in a war-torn.
We're talking about like...
We're talking about domesticated animals in America.
So we're talking about like how the civilization has caused so much confusion on whether or not we really...
I mean, it's something that we created, so it was bound to happen. We created our own comfort bubble as human beings, and so the effects of that are that you are now, instead of the wolf, you are the chihuahua. You're a more domesticated version of our ancestors. We can't mimic what it's like to have to be out there in the elements, but somebody did. Some way back in the day, before they built this shit, somebody was surviving in the elements, in the jungles and the forests, and hunting and gathering,
getting resources, fruits, veggies,
and so that creates a certain grit,
hunting meat,
a certain
mammoths,
survival. You know, as you become more of a survivalist as opposed to a domesticated pleasure seeker. So all we have to do in America is just, once we get home from work, plug in. But plug into what?
Oh man, that's the trap. That's the Tumblr. That's the screenshot. That's the expose. That's the red media. That's the ish.
Right. That's really the question.
That's the
what am I tapping into?
Man, I be tapping into that Xbox.
I mean, you know,
tapping into that YouTube.
We built the construct. Okay, even the people in the most worstest conditions, they still know how to cut up and have fun, but in moderation, right?
Right.
You gotta have a fun part of your algorithm, and your Xbox part of your algorithm, and your Street Fighter.
They exploited the...
But not all damn day.
Yeah, no,
you know, if you playing Street Fighter for, if you a kid playing video games 16 hours a day, I don't recommend that, unless you trying to train your kid to be a professional video game player, which is not easy. Which is most likely you're gonna fail. It's competition, just like trying any other competition. And as a career, you know, I wouldn't recommend it. What do you think?
A video game
I guess I would
player.
if you're good enough at it to make money at it. But a kid, you raising your kid, and you telling your kid, hey, you can't be on the game 18 hours a day, right?
Right.
That's how you're supposed to raise your kids, right? even with the idea that there are professional video game players.
I don't even know what that consists of, professionally playing a video game. How do you, I mean, I know there's really good video game players, but that was what I've been trying to say this whole time. Like, the audio kind of been like, seesaw. Hey, this is because I've been wondering, what is a valid, legit, what is a legit
his name
professional?
is Daigo Umahara.
Nah, bro, you just great at playing the game, bro. You're not professional.
I mean, look, he making money at it.
You just love playing
Twitch.
games. How about he just love playing games?
It's a career. But how many people are Daigo? There's only one Daigo. You know what I mean?
Right.
Daigo's a legend.
Yeah,
just like Bo Jackson. How many just like LeBron James.
Right.
How many LeBron James exist? Right? So if your little boy is playing basketball 18 hours a day.
Hey, nah, yeah, you gotta, if you playing a game, you gotta be like studying it to like develop the game. If you developing being an engineer, but you gotta like really understand coding and like the STEM. You doing math, science, just like what this says. So like art stuff that I do, it's like, man, it's really like physics and chemistry and equations.
I mean, to a certain extent, they are just sitting there pressing buttons.
Yeah, so
it's really a domesticated sport.
Oh well, hey, guess who else pressing buttons?
Who's that?
You know, technically, you know who else pressing buttons?
Who?
Red Media. They got me on Tumblr. They got me screenshotting. They got us trapped. They got us in the trap.
Screenshot what?
Hey,
sacred information?
Nah, I don't be seeing that. I haven't got to that level yet because that's the whole fear. But
well, I'm saying,
the idea, that's the immaturity.
That's the immaturity
of like
free information. What are you gonna plug? Spiritual. What information are you gonna plug into?
Man, I'm like distractions. It's like either you focus on like the plan for real, like the mission that you came here to do, to like really like develop your spirit, your consciousness, and like really like have experiences. Like, what do you like ultimately like?
Well, are you doing it because you're bored?
I mean, that's why we all here, right? I mean, essentially, like, what else will be?
Well, they say boredom is the devil's playground.
Shit, man. You know, all they say,
boredom
he say,
choice?
She say, make believe.
Is boredom a suffering place that is natural to be? Is it a domesticated conundrum or idea? The idea of boredom means what? I'm bored, so that means your stomach's probably full. You probably got a roof over your head. You probably took a shower.
Right.
Now you have the luxury of being bored. Isn't that something? Because you're not hungry. You didn't say you're hungry, you said you're bored.
Yeah.
You're not hot, you're not cold.
Yeah.
You're not sleepy, you're wide awake, you got energy.
Right.
So now, boredom is the trap.
Boredom is the trap. Hey, shit, I don't know if niggas really be bored though. Cause niggas, you know, hold on. That was the, I didn't really process what you said, but saying it out loud is like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, they not bored. Because they
stimulated. You doped off them dopamine hits. My family just got to the crib.
Alright, so it's not a good time.
No, yeah, it's a good time. I'm gonna just like pull it back up. Pull it back up. I'm gonna pull it back up. Let's see.
We should cut tape, huh?
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually. No, all must be recorded.
Oh, it's public relations media broadcast. This the interview. This the podcast. This the people. Shout out Casey. Shout out Mom, man. Shout out Don, man. Shout out Van. Shout out lad. Shout out y'all. Shout out. Yeah, that's what I do. I might do a freestyle on what I'm saying. This might be a vlog,
cut.
PowerPoint. You know, yeah, we're gonna do a cut interview right here because I want to definitely bring some more questions up.
But if I'm looking particularly rough and in a cut,
I feel you.
You can pan. I don't know what kind of creative panning you're gonna do, but you know how to do it.
You know what? I feel you because like I feel yay. I feel you. I really feel you when you say that. I'm really you. Everybody gets insecure.
I'm very insecure. That was my problem.
Man.
It's all like, okay.
That might be the problem with the whole world,
are
bro.
you recording?
We rolling public relations media broadcast.
Public relations media broadcast.
Podcast.
Learn how to edit your life into
Thank you.
a creative, positive space. And edit your videos so that you are secure in your being. So insecurity. So all jealousy is based in insecurity, right? So the only reason that people have jealous fits, like my friend, he had a jealous fit over his girl, and he shot her, right? It's a true story. I don't recommend anybody ever do that. But he was jealous, but the jealousy that he felt was based on him not feeling secure in himself as a man. So if you do feel secure, nobody can make you feel jealous, because what's there to feel jealous of? When you know what you have and you know what you're worth, you're not going to be jealous of another person. Even if your girl leaves you for another person, you'll say, good riddance. I dodged the bullet. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. Yeah, I'm not saying you're going to be a robot that ain't going to feel a damn thing. But, yeah, jealousy is a real feeling. Ain't nothing wrong with feeling it. What's wrong is acting upon it. Right?
Right.
You bound to feel it. Your girl can just laugh at somebody a little too hard for too long, right? And that gut feeling starts creeping up. And if you let it overtake you, your insecurity, you know, you feel like somebody's funnier than you. And then now you overcompensate, and it can lead to your own a narcissistic complex, identity crisis. Circle back around.
So, cohesive, connected.
Right. So
cycles, bro. Cycles.
Narcissistic, right? Essentially thinking about yourself too much. If you want to make a long story simple, thinking about yourself too much. Thinking everybody thinking about you. Like Pac say, all eyes on me, right?
My belief is that we were all once babies, and I'm like, damn, look at what they did to Jesus. So what's your like conspiracy on conspiracies? Cause like all of this go deep when it come to like, man, interweb.
It goes very, very deep.
Man, they fucking
deep. If you factor in the whole Jesus factor, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the Jesus factor is time itself. So you know, like numerology and shit, right?
The latest thought that's been in my head has been gematria.
Oh Lord.
Hey, I don't know why, but I be having certain random words that just like pop up in my head. I be like, I wanna like Google search this. What does this mean, Google?
The gematria rabbit hole. Now, I've seen people lose themselves
That shit go deep.
in the gematria rabbit hole. Not everything. Not everything.
Public relations media broadcast.
Not everything. Like, be careful over there with the 33s. I get it. But
back to what you were saying though about like
numerology, right?
That's more
So they talk about what time you were born, right? I was born at X time, right? Well, not what time you were born, what date you were born, right?
Yeah.
And so then they say, oh, well, based on that date, here's your numerology. But what is that date based on, right?
Right.
It's based on Jesus, right?
Right.
I mean, so everywhere where they literally use time is a reference, a Jesus reference.
Right.
Isn't that wild? Yeah. It's actually insane, the Jesus references. But how you feeling, man?
Bro, I'm feeling good, man. The whole thing is, I'm really feeling like I'm getting a spectrum of influence, inspiration, information. So all in all, I just gotta practice more gratitude. That's what I'm really want to do. And I had to turn the lights off because I'm behind the cops. I don't know if they would be tripping with me having the lights on. So
not really.
kinda,
I think you'll be fine.
essentially,
do you know where the
65 is?
Yeah, we could probably cut tape at this point. If you want, at this point, I don't care.
I definitely want to talk more.
Edits.
Yeah.
Vibe up.
Oh man, not old buddy fucking vibes up. No, we had to take another tape. Public Relations Media Broadcast, People the podcast. I was trying to like decipher a title. Essentially, the conversation matters more. The conspiracy, the theory of theory, the conspiracy of conspiracy, the definition of definition, the meaning of meaning. I'm like using words to define words, and I'm not speaking my granddaddy's language.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we take language and we make it our own.
Slang.
We break it. It's not what it was when it got created. It became its own thing, its own beast. And we can shape it and use it for our own manifestations.
Right.
We don't have to be restricted by what they say everything has to mean, or trapped within this language. Even trapped within this language, we can still be free.
Like, bro.
You know what I mean? Don't ever feel limited. Feel grateful. Feel gratitude.
That's all I need to practice more. How can the people practice more gratitude in your personal experience? What have you learned to where you can?
Well, what I told you earlier, like, okay, we live in a domesticated bubble. How can you not be grateful? You don't have to go out there and fish and hunt and get bit by mosquitoes and crawl through the grass and get chased by hyenas and lions and live. We don't have to live like animals do in the wild. We created unnatural. What's natural for humans is not natural for animals. We created this bubble of unnatural nature. It's our nature to create bubbles of comfort for ourselves, right? We could sleep in beds and have air conditioners and TVs and, you know, what do they call those things? Hypnotoads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You turn on the hypnotode and you just zone out, and you don't have you can live a carefree life, a carefree American life. How can you not be grateful? And if you're in America, you living better. Look how many refugees there are. How you think these refugees, like, what were they suffering before they became refugees?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be a refugee.
Put on your discernment goggles. You gotta think. Really gotta think.
It's a lot to be grateful for.
Appreciation.
It's easy to get in your negative state because that's what they sell.
So you're saying like the way to doing it is just like opening your eyes
and knowing where you came from. We come from the wild. We're animals.
History.
We're like monkeys dressed up in suits with glasses on.
Research.
Thinking we're not monkeys anymore.
Spend that five. Spend that true. You say you're trying to get to the transit?
Yeah.
So I can't actually pull up in that mode.
Yeah, you can. You don't have to.
I don't think they don't let me do that thing. I'll circle back on.
Yeah, that's a better
plan.
Yeah.
DJ Granddad Domo.
You don't want to get the attention of the people.
Say my name in comment.
Alright, so when you get to this light, I'm gonna hop out.
Alright.
And we'll have to schedule another session for another
People's podcast featuring Casey, man. Essentially, man, we consume and we conversate, we converse, all of this, like, you know, knowledge to where now this is wisdom. You getting that right here?
Wisdom, frog school.
All right,
we're taking them to frog school.
Shit, that's what's up, bro.
Frog school.
Yeah, man. If you want to get up closer,
I'm good.
All right, man.
Frog school. All right.
Yo, yellow Lamborghini.
Don't forget about frog school, man.
Don't forget about DJ Grand F. Download, say my name, the compilation now. People's Podcast, Public Relations Media Broadcast, episode 2. Case boy, you out the whip.
All right, man.
Peace out, blessings, brother.
Appreciate that gift.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We just had to cut the tape. Nah, we ain't cutting shit. We ain't cutting nothing. I'm getting paid. Baby, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. Baby, I'm getting paid, bird. Baby, I'm getting paid. Baby, I'm getting paid, bird. Alright, I don't know if I actually want to end the episode like that. Facts. Why this nigga standing in the street?